Are you guys ready to rock?
Advanced via individual determination.
Advanced via individual determination.
AVID stands for Advancement via Individual Determination, and that individual determination piece is something that we really look for with our students. And the idea is that we provide a very structured support system for our students to engage in rigorous learning, and we do so by making sure that we have all of the supports in place for them to be successful.
AVID is a program that allows teachers to introduce different strategies and concepts to students that prepare them for college life and career readiness after graduation.
It helps me stay organized and I feel like I can do more with it.
It helps me find stuff easier with its sections.
So we focus on WICR, which is an acronym that stands for Writing to Learn, Inquiry, Collaboration, Organization, and Reading to Learn. And what we're looking to do is just kind of enhance what's already happening in the classrooms. So we help the teachers infuse the study skills, organizational skills, kind of that hidden curriculum that students don't get exposed to just in math and science and reading. Even examples of them doing public speaking, working together in small groups and having roles in those groups. So it really highlights the things that they're going to need to be successful when they leave our doors at the end of their senior year.
I was very unorganized.
There's so many ways we use AVID in the classroom. I think the most obvious is through our binder system, where the students have their pencil pouch with all the tools that they need and the tabs so that all their papers are organized.
Our students in K through first or second, depending on the site, they'll keep a folder that goes home and comes back, and they'll kind of keep a page agenda, and that informs parents of what's going on in the classroom. It helps keep them organized with their work that goes home and the work that comes back.
This is my math notebook, and then I have all of my notes so I don't really have to open it up, and I can just see we're working on volume right now, and this is what it is. And then this is everything that we've learned so far throughout all the quarters. I can keep everything where I want it, and then when I need it, I can make sure it's there, and then I can check on it and everything. It helps us know what to do when we get home, like our homework and what we did during class too.
And then for our third through, going all the way up now to 9th grade, our students carry a binder which has tabs in it dividing out their content areas, and then they have an agenda that lets them know what they did in class that day and then what homework they have to do. So it really kind of helps them be organized with what needs to be done and what has already been done in their classes.
You can do things by yourself, you don't need help. Well, you don't always need help.
Turn to your partner and tell them what you infer. What do you think we are learning about this week? We also do fun things in the classroom like study buddies, partner work, and group work, collaboration, so they can learn people skills. The thing that you're going to see in the classrooms the most is the note-taking. And using the AVID strategy, the 2 and 3 column notes, we can put on one side of the page some questions, and they can go at different levels. We can go from basic questions to higher level thinking questions, making the kids really think outside the box, higher level thinking and higher level learning. And then they can add to their notes, and they can learn from their peers and incorporate their notes in a way that allows them to go back and use those notes as a study guide to prepare for future assessments.
You write down information about what things are and examples. It shows you examples of things. If you forgot them, you can go back and check them. It helps you know what you need, what it is, and how you can use it in your assignment or to study.
Make sure that you pay attention and you get those things, you do them, put them in your folder, and then when you have to turn them in, you know where it is.
There's 3 different topics. We're talking about what they are and how they work and what they create. And this helps me know what I want to take out, what order I want to put it in, and what the sentences are going to be about. And it tells me what the source I got it from.
This is what you're gonna draw next to Kiwi.
One of the big things that we're looking for in our district is the ability to have some consistency, some uniformity in how we do business. So when you think about how we roll this out, if our students are learning these different skills and habits at each of our sites, and they're doing so in the same way, we are kind of developing a very concrete, uniform type of student. So the idea is that they're all seeing the same thing, and it's common language, so they can have, we had a kid who actually transferred from one of our elementaries to the other, and not only were they in the same spot academically with the curriculum, but they already understood how to put a binder together, how to take notes, how to be organized. So it was very fluid, and there wasn't really a lot of catch-up time for that student. So that's really what we're looking for as far as why it's important for our district.
Natalie, what did your partner share? If a parent walked in my room and they wanted to see some AVID strategies, I think first and foremost they would see that every child has a binder, an organized binder. Secondly, they would see if there is work up on the board, they would see that we number our paragraphs. They would see our 2-column notes. They would see word walls. They would see the students working together. Take a second to think, what would our world be like if we didn't have money? We want the students being able to answer basic questions, but then also those higher level questions. That shows just true learning and understanding of the concepts being taught.
We actually have implemented AVID a little bit differently than most districts do. Most districts do a top-down model, and we actually did a bottom-up. And we did all of our 5 elementary schools and our 2 middle schools the very first year of implementation. And this is year number 2, and we actually just started with the 9th grade at the high school. So what's really neat for our teachers is our kids are coming up with more knowledge for each year that they go through this, and it makes it easier for our teachers to just get into content, not have to review information like how to take notes or how to keep a binder, because they already understand it from the grade that they were in before.
Because in Newell Barney, middle school and high school and college, you have to be really organized, or you'll probably get held back if you don't turn in all your assignments. So that could help me staying organized, yeah.
It's life-changing for these students. My students seem so much more mature and organized. Their social skills, their ability to problem solve and work with others, the openness of them wanting to learn from others and incorporate that into their notes. We've had a great day. It is time to pack up, so I want you to go ahead and get out your agendas and your homework folders, please.
Now that they have an agenda that they can show to their parents, they have a binder that they can show exactly what they did each day, I think it becomes really just an empowering opportunity for parents to really see exactly what's going on in the classroom. So I encourage them to always sign the agenda. I encourage them to always look through their student's binder or folder to see what exactly happened that day, what their homework is, and to have those opportunities to have dialogue with their child about this is successful for you, and it will be successful when you're out of school because they do similar things.
AVID is so important because we are not only teaching things in the classroom, we're teaching life skills. These kids need to be ready to move on after graduation, whether they're going to college, into the military, or a trade school. They need to know how to work with others, collaborate. They need to know how to stay organized. Nobody's going to hire anybody that doesn't have any people skills or can't stay organized. Anything that teaches kids life skills that partner with academics, it's a win-win.
It's that you get to work as an individual and you're more organized and you can do things way better than you used to before.
I think it's important for parents to understand that it's not just a bulky binder that's in their child's backpack, that AVID is so much bigger when it comes to student learning and preparing them for the future. I am a parent of 2 kids in the Queen Creek School District, and I love what they are doing. I love what they are learning, how they are learning, and how it's preparing them for the future.
The biggest thing we want parents to understand is that it's not something else. It's a way in which our students are learning in the classroom, so we're not taking away any educational time for them. In fact, what we're doing is we're heightening that educational time. We're making it more fluid, less transition times. Our students are interacting more with the content rather than just sitting and getting the information. And it's an opportunity now where they're interacting with this information, they're becoming more organized, they're learning how to study and how to be successful, and they're really exposed to a college and career culture and atmosphere at the schools. And on top of that, we want it to be a two-way street. We don't want it just to be for the students. We want the parents to be able to have those communication opportunities with us here, and then for it to go back home with them so they fully understand what AVID is all about. When I walk into a classroom where I know that the AVID system is working, I see kids interacting with their learning. whether it be with each other or with the teacher, I shouldn't see students just sitting there and taking that information in. I should see them interacting with it and being involved in it and making the learning their own and learning in their particular style of how they learn best. That's what's exciting to me, is to see the kids engaged in the content, engaged in the learning, engaged with each other, asking those questions, being comfortable talking out loud and being able to share their answers with the teacher and the other students in the classroom. That to me is what's exciting about AVID.